Hey, I just working in the studio here, and I just wanted to do a quick video because I heard Tom Noonan died, the actor Tom Noonan. He's one of those guys that's just like, oh, I know who that dude is, because he was like in X-Files, other TV shows, Heat, Last Action Hero, RoboCop 2. I mean, he was just one of those guys that was in a lot of stuff. And he died today. Robert Duvall died yesterday. Obviously, that made more news, right? So you might not have heard of this. And so quickly, I went on and I edited some things together because there's a cool thing about Tom Noonan, right? By the way, in case you don't know who he is, that is Tom Noonan. Does he look familiar at all? Got that hat on and stuff. You probably recognize his face, right? Um, he should have come here to do headshots. Didn't. I might have shot it a little differently. But anyway, so one of his best movies, or one of my favorite movies he was in, was Monster Squad, which is kind of a unique-ish kind of horror movie, kids movie, kind of everything movie. And through the power of social media and stuff, I strung together some clips that I think are kind of funny. So the first clip, which I'll show you and I can narrate through it, is three of the actors who were kids at the time talking about working with him and how he was a method actor. Okay. And then sort of his response at other different times that kind of tie in. So let's just have some fun as we remember Tom Noonan. All right. So here's the first clip. These are the three of the kids talking about working with him on the movie. Ready? Okay. Here we go.
Did either of you think like, come on, man, like just be Tom. You don't have
That's
to.
that's Ryan's story
Yes.
in the treehouse.
I did do that. I actually said that to him. Didn't break character at all. That was the first time that I actually kind of realized. That was the first time I ever worked with someone on that high of a professional level and that high of an acting skill. I before that, I was on a kids show and like we were all just kids dancing and singing around, and so this was like kind of the first thing I was like, oh, this is like some serious business. Like, yeah, he wouldn't. It was just him and I doing a shot in the clubhouse, and I said, hey, I'm Ryan. How you doing? Whatever. He was like, he wouldn't break. It was impressive, but at the same time, completely uncomfortable for me because here I am, thinking I'm just working with this other actor, and he just won't let up. So it was a little difficult because we're in a very tight quarters here, and they're lighting and they're doing makeup and all that stuff and fixing things, and the dog's running around, and I'm just like really in this claustrophobic space with this like giant man dressed as Frankenstein's monster. So you can imagine how bizarre that is.
So let me just set this up just a little bit. So Noonan in the behind the scenes and whatever he I don't know how to describe this. I guess he broke the fourth wall. He was in the fourth wall. He made a fifth wall. I don't know. He did an interview as Frankenstein's monster, talking about the career of Frankenstein's monster, which he is because he's in method, right? And through that interview, he is asked, "Well, you never broke character, you know?" And he gets into that and talks about why he didn't do it while in the character, talking about why he didn't break character in front of the kids while he's still in the character. See if you can follow all that. This is what he said.
I would also think another reason is that you tend to stay in character while you're on the set, especially when you work with little children. Why do you continue to do that?
Well, I think it's important that in a story like this that there's a certain magic to it. And I think the children should be given the greatest opportunity to enjoy that magic, to believe in something. It's important children to have something to believe in. And I think Frankenstein is something that they can believe in.
So for you, it's important that they believe in the character as Frankenstein.
As Frankenstein, yes, it's important.
Okay, so now here is the second part of things I spliced together. So here's that little girl in the movie. Now, obviously, she's grown up. So she's talking about how um, he wouldn't break the method, he wouldn't break the character. And then right after it, you'll see it's one of those like Comic-Con kind of things where the whole cast is assembled all these years later talking about it. And this is why I think this is funny. So Noonan didn't break character with her, but he recounts what she said to him when he didn't break character. he remembers it all these years later and recounts it. So even though a method actor is in method and he's not acknowledging you, still under there somewhere, and he is registering it, is the moral of the story. And I think it's pretty funny. And here we go.
With me offset, and so that was my experience of him. And I don't even think it occurred to me that I hadn't really met him until I actually met him, and then I was like, oh wait, that's right, you're a person, you're not just a character in a movie with me.
And that scream is 100% real. That is not acting.
Flying bricks, terrified little girls. I love this movie. Yes, Tom, you've raised your hand very politely.
This is from a panel.
One day we're about to shoot this close-up of me, and I'm a serious actor. And they're about to roll. She comes over to me and she says, you know, my name's on the poster. Is your name on the poster? I said, leave me alone. She said, why should I leave you alone? Who's your agent? And who's her... She kept needling me about her billing being better than mine. So, you know, all this cutesy shit.
I don't remember that at all.
How good is that? So yeah, so he's in character. He won't break it. The little girl starts talking to him about, you know, my name's on the calendar, blah blah blah, and he was listening and he remembered all those years later, but he didn't break character, but he did remember while he wasn't breaking character. Um, it's just cool. And Noonan's Tom Noonan. I don't know him at all, but he's one of those people who was in a movie. The movie was better. Even the Last Action Hero, when he was himself, and then he was the final villain with the rain slicker on and the messed up face. I like this scene. This is again Monster Squad. This is a cool scene because he's got the Frankenstein makeup on, but he can still sort of emote through it, you know, which is talented to do. Let me just read. Hey there, hey again. Just got a little bit wonky. There we go. I don't want to lose it. See how it's lit too, because they're in this very confined space. So how they lit it, you can see they just kind of side lit him, and they made it powerful as though the sun was coming through the window. And the kids give him a Frankenstein mask, and you're pretty good at what you do if you can make this work, and he did. Scary. Oh yeah, he made it. He made it believable. He was good. He was good. And last thing, I'm going to recommend strongly as I can. Why, if you're interested, I don't know. I'm interested. These are the kind of things I'm interested. But if you're at all interested, check out the interview he does as Frankenstein behind the scenes of Monster Squad. You can find it on YouTube or on the DVD or whatever. I'm going to give you just a couple of clips of it because it's like 15 minutes. I'm not going to run the whole thing. I don't think you'd want to sit here with me through the whole thing. I would if you'd be interested. But for now, we'll just do some clips. Here he is.
Well, first off, I'd like to ask you, how long have you been an actor? How long have you been in the business?
52 years of business. First movie in 1931.
Well, it sounds like things went pretty well for you.
Oh, very well, very well. Most of the pictures, the big companies, worked several times in Europe. I worked at the TV in the 60s, which, I appreciate the opportunity to be seen by a wider audience, but I got overexposed.
So what happened after that?
Well, after that, I spent a lot of time.
He is Frankenstein. He's talking as though he's Frankenstein. Worked in 1931, then he got overexposed. I'm going to jump ahead. I'm just going to jump around a little bit because I think this is so funny. I'm not going to play
traveling. I had no choice but, to give her a swim. I didn't know she couldn't swim. But now I had a chance to work with these youngsters, wonderful actors, all of them, and to show the kind of a person I really am. Because it's too much involved with that guy Dracula over these years, and I finally have a chance to break away from that guy. Bad influence.
Because you're a good person.
I think so. I mean, I tell everybody think they're a good person, but I really work at it. Spent a lot of years. Yeah. I mean, I feel that, given the opportunity, I would do what anybody else would do.
So why are people still frightened of you?
You know, I don't get it. You know, I, sometimes I think it's, I don't know.
Could it be the way you look?
That part of it, I got to say that the way I look, certain people have difficulty with. The size, I think the power. People frightened by the power. It's mostly that.
I would also think another reason is that you tend to stay in character while you're on the set, especially when you work with little children. Why do you continue to do that?
Well, I think it's important that in a story like this that there's a certain magic to it. And I think the children
Okay, well, this is the part I played before.
should be given the greatest opportunity to enjoy that magic, to believe in something. It's important.
Jump ahead a little bit.
What about your walk? You have a very distinctive kind of lumbering walk. Is that caused by your boots or your costume, or?
Well, the boots are a little tricky to move in, and the costume's a little tight in places, but it's just a natural
That's not
walk.
my audio. That's the audio of the actual thing. He knocked the mic off when he moved. Can you put the mic back
So
on?
if you could change anything about yourself, would you?
I could change anything. With some of these staples up here, it's trouble when I sleep. With these modern times, I wish they could put in some plastic staples, but the metal ones, I know they look good, and people like that, so that's okay. And I thought of a hair transplant, move the hair down a little bit, but it's kind of a nice hairline. Women, I don't want to talk about that. It's off the set stuff, but I do okay.
Now about the girls, I've heard you say you'd like to get the girl in a movie someday.
Well, that is true. I mean, I worked with a lot of pictures. There were a lot of beautiful girls. And I would come close, very close, and then they take the girl away. And I think a lot of people would like to see me get the girl. Isn't that true? I think a lot of people would. I really do. I mean, they'd like to see that me walk into the sunset with the girl. Start a new life together, give a new avenue of adventure to the storyline. But no, they don't want to do that, and I think a lot of people would like to see that.
He's Frankenstein's serious
who
actor.
would you say your friends are? Is like the Wolfman a friend of yours?
We're good friends. I wouldn't say we go drinking off the set a lot, but we're friendly. Mostly people out of the business. Golfing buddies, poker buddies. I enjoy sports. Can't play too many of them, but I do enjoy watching. And
Method actor.
So now, if you look back on your life and your career, are you happy with it? I mean, do you think you've had a good life?
I told you I wasn't going to play this whole thing, but it's so good. I just love it. Noonan. This is so, and I don't know how many people have even seen it. I did jump around a little bit, though.
yeah, had a good life. Nice career, good opportunities, met a lot of wonderful people, went places, pretty happy. I mean, I'd like to branch out a little now, but I can't complain.
And finally, aside from acting, is there any occupation you'd ever want to try?
Oh, that's a tough question. Tough question. I love golf, but all the stars love golf. I can't say I play well enough to pursue that as a career.
That's okay with the ladies.
Occupation. Oh, do you know? I know a lot of actors say this, but I'd like my shot at directing. I think I worked in business a long time, worked with a lot of big talents, seen a lot of good pictures, bad pictures being made, most of the good pictures. I think I picked up a lot, and I think that's something that I really could pursue to some success. I think I deserve a shot.
Well, best of luck to you, my friend.
Oh, thank you, Doc.
Great.
I love that he did an interview as Frankenstein's monster. talking about the business of acting, which he had been in since 1931. So that's my little Tom Noonan tribute. Sad to hear it. Also, R.I.P. Robert Duvall. So they say these things are in three. I don't know where that started, that these things happen in threes, but they say that they happen in threes. So that's two, unless I'm missing one, which is scary. I don't know who number three might be. But anyway, stay tuned. That's that. Little, wish you Tom Noonan. His X-Files was really took Mulder's gun because he serial killer. He thought maybe he killed his sister. That was a good one. Well lit. House of Razz. By the way, one more thing. As a tribute, I am drinking out of my Frankenstein glass today. As a tribute, look at that. Ew. As a tribute to the late, I never know. As a tribute to the late Tom Noonan. So here's to you, Tom Noonan. You will be missed. Peace. Frankenstein glass.
As I was saying, that's not really an estimate. Those are exact figures. I had a printout here of the cash flow of the bank for the past 2 months.
How do you get this information?
It just comes to you. This stuff just flies through the air. They send this information out. I mean, it's just beamed out all over the fucking place. You only have to do is know how to grab it. See, I know how to grab it. Okay, here we go. 13.9 million.